Hello YouTube, welcome to another episode of the LMR Bagpipes YouTube channel. Today, I got some really awesome news for y'all. I just calibrated my small pipes, in particular my tenor drone, and now it sounds a lot quieter. In Indian terminology, this could be considered, if both tenor drones are going, this could be considered the Judy or the Sarani and Unsarani drone, or the Shruti, Sarani and Unsarani drone. The bass drone is the Mandra. Now, if I put the bass drone reed into the middle tenor drone, it'll be considered the Banchama drone, because it's going to produce the fifth, because the small pipes are in the key of A, which is Sa. In Indian terminology, that's Sa. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Da, Ni, Sa, with a low Ni on the end. In this case, that's G. But in this video, we're not going to really talk about Indian terminology and bagpipes. We're going to actually make this bagpipe, this Scottish, mouth-blown Scottish small pipe, and we're going to turn it into a Galician or Asturian small pipe. It's going to be using the Scottish practice chanter though, but the cool thing about the practice chanter, let's see, if I take out my small pipe chanter and I play, let's see, yeah, you can't really get that one note that you can on the practice chanter, but we're going to test it out with the small pipe chanter. So I'm going to put the small pipe chanter in. This is the chanter that came with the pipes, by the way. So you can hear the Sarani and the Mandra drones are sounding together, and they're not overpowering the chanter. And wow, it just sounds awesome the way it's calibrated. And it's all calibrated with the bass drone in mind, so my tenor drone is not as loud as it was. Now, to make the Galician and Asturian bagpipe, we're going to shut. Now, you can do this with the tenor drone, because the Galician bagpipe actually has a tenor drone. In this case, the Sarni drone in Indian terminology. But we're going to shut the Sarni off. Okay, the reed is not sounding, that's good. Okay, and I'm going to put my small pipe chanter back into the case. I'm going to go ahead and also put the cap on the chanter. We're going to be tuning to B flat, by the way. So we are going to tune to B flat. Now the cool thing about the practice chanter, even though this is a Scottish practice chanter, now if I play, but if I keep my thumb on, then I can get the Asturian bagpipe scale. Now we're going to remove the mouthpiece off the chanter. Now, of course, we're going to have to tune the Mandra drone to the chanter. Now, of course, y'all have seen it in one of my small pipe videos. This chanter actually does fit in the small pipes. So we are making a gaita pequeño, which means small pipe in Spanish. So we're going to fit the chanter into the pipes. It's got a nice rubbery nice rubbery ring on it, so this chanter. Oh, there we go. Now we just got to turn it. Now we're going to tune the mandra drone. If you're speaking in Indian terms of tuning drones, let me just check my hemp first, just to make sure I'm getting a firm seal on the chanter or on the drone joint. This is the mandra drone in Indian terms. The two tenors are the Judy or the Sarni and Ansarni drone. So we're going to put this drone, just grab it and pull it in a way. Just wrap it like that. Wrap it around like that. That way it all fits. Okay, I see where we need to go. So now we need to really wrap around this part. Yeah, there we go. And now what we need to do is take this piece of hemp and wrap it around the base of the drone. What I'm going to do is try and squeeze everything together. That way it all fits tightly. That way I can actually tune to the gaita's chanter. Now I'm going to put the drone back on after I get this tightened. Now we'll be able to achieve the gaita gallega sound. So we're going to push in until it achieves a nice. Now that's not going to move much unless I move it, so that's pretty good. So let's check. Tapes are down. Now it's just the mandra drone that's going to be playing in this one, or the bass drone, if you're thinking in regular bagpipes. Let's try and tune this a little bit. Okay, so let's see. Well, we could also take the tape off of this top hole right here, and we can also play the Galician pipe that way. Let's try a little more. I'm just going to move the tape down ever so slightly just to kind of get the tape. Okay, I'm going to move some off of the top right here. Okay, now we just need to bring this down a little more because we need that a high G, which is now a high A natural, because we're playing gaita gallega or gaita asturiana in B flat. Let me try moving it down. So we can also, so that's the cool thing. You can not only you can use a Scottish bagpipe practice chanter as a Highland chanter, but we can use it as a Galician chanter, a Galician small pipe chanter for Galician or Asturian bagpipe. I don't know why I'm using Scottish bagpipe embellishments, though. Maybe it's because I'm so used to Scottish bagpipe embellishments that, I'm learning how to play Galician style now, too. So, because the channel is LMR bagpipes, lawns, music, and roller coasters bagpipes, so that kind of makes sense. Just trying to, I'm adjusting this tape so that way I can get the desirable note for the Galician sound. Even though I'm mostly a Scottish bagpiper, I'm trying some new forms to, even though I'm playing my mouth blown, even though these are mouth blown Scottish small pipes and they have 3 drones, I'm using them to recreate a Galician or Asturian bagpipe. Okay, let me just bring that in. Bring the tape in a little more. So that way it actually sits on the chanter. A lot of tape residue over here. There we go. Sorry, YouTube. I'm trying. YouTube. I'm trying to work with some old tape right here too, so that's kind of. Oh, I guess bringing that tape actually, see if that brought it down. I think that did. All right, let's try Lord Levis Lament. Alright, sorry about that, YouTube. That's my clock going off. Let's play that last little bit. Now that's done, and we're going to listen to how this Galician small pipe sounds. That sounds pretty good to me. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take the chanter out, And we're gonna turn the pipes back into what they are meant to be, which is Scottish small pipes. And now I have a gaita practice chanter. So there we go. With the mouthpiece, it's not only a Scottish chanter, it is also a gaita chanter now, even though I could say it's more of the Asturian gaita chanter. Now we're going to put the original chanter back on. We're going to turn on the southerny drone. Going back to Indian terms, we're going to turn on the southerny drone, and we're going to turn these pipes back into their normal Scottish small pipe sound. So here we go. Just like the Indian tanpura, which is a stringed instrument that's related to the sitar, this could actually be very similar to the sitar. In fact, we're tuning one of these pipes to the main playing pipe. Just like on a sitar, you tune the sitar to the tanpura. Once you get your sa string, which would be C sharp or D, you tune your ma string, which is either F sharp or G. In this case, we're tuning to A. So we pull out my southerny drone, my unsoutherny or middle Judy drone is turned off, or tenor drone. Okay, I forgot. I gotta actually pull the bridle. Okay, that's kind of where I want it. I don't want it too loud. Let's bring it back in. I want that quieter sound. Okay, now let's try. The southerny is tuned to A, so we're going to tune the mandra pipe to A. Which means I'm going to pull this out a little bit. Make sure my tassel is good. Let me actually fix my hand if it's coming down. There we go. Gotta make sure it's tightened. Now let me put my top part of my mandra drone back on. As you can tell, I'm using Indian terminology too to refer to the drones. I'm going to calibrate my middle drone a little bit, or actually my outside drone. Just bring it in. Oh, that completely shut it off. I just completely shut off my southerny drone. That's in. Okay, I gotta pull up on the bridle a little bit. I'll just push that in. Alright, now that the southerny is calibrated, think I turned on my middle tenor drone instead of this. I turned on my unsoutherny drone. Okay, now let me check my outside, which is the southerny. Okay, good. That's in. It's like, why am I tuning 3 drones instead of 2? I normally only use 2 drones. The southerny and the mandra drone. The mandra pipe. Mix of Scottish and Indian terminology. Perfect calibration. Let me just quiet down the tenor drone just a little bit more, just to kind of see where it's at. Oh, and I just shut it off. Okay, now let's try that. Alright, YouTube, there we go. That is making my Scottish small pipes, mouth-blown Scottish small pipes, sound like a gaita from Spain. An Asturian and Galician gaita. In Spanish, that would be gaita pequeño. So there we go. Thanks for watching. Also, the Indian terminology was also referenced in there in regards to tuning tanpura, which is the Indian stringed instrument, the southerny and non-southerny drone. Now, I'm going to do more. I might actually include the banjama sound in there when I do the middle tenor drone and turn it into the baritone sound. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and more to come later.